Good morning. My name is Gladys Robinson. I'm a representative from the Boom Art Festival. I'm pleased to have you here with me today, Mr. Elisha Nyong.
Alright, it's a pleasure, Dolores.
Okay, I mean, it's not often you get to meet an artist whom you have come across their works in person. I've seen your works here and there, and I think last month I was at the Water Art Gallery. I saw one of your pieces. It was very, very beautiful.
Thank you.
I like to say your artwork, I think they have depth. Not I think, they have depth and they are simply breathtaking. So, so today we just want to put this amazing artist that's you. I want to take a glimpse of your journey in the artistic world. Before we start, I'd like to thank you for having taking time to have this sit down conversation with me. So I think let's get right into it. Who is Elisha?
Elisha Nyong is a contemporary surreal artist whose visual allegories are a representation of a personal surrealist manifesto that has been built over time, essentially, from my time as an undergraduate till date. It's built upon both visual art principles and practices of old masters and even some sort of psychological and metaphysical interactions with ideas and themes and philosophy, essentially. So, yes, so when you ask me who Elisha Nyong is, I just say Elisha Nyong is another visual artist who is out there working to better deal on the themes that are related to existentialism as a whole.
Okay, that was a really, really strong profile. Okay, now that we have known you, I'd like to know, can you tell us about your background in art, your artistic background, what inspired you to become an artist?
Um, just like every regular kid was while I was growing up, everybody wanted to be a doctor, an engineer, or something. Mine was a little bit weird though. I wanted to be a military scientist. Yes, military scientist is all I wanted to be, and where that inspiration came from or the inspiration for that came from, I really do not know. But I do know that as far back as 2006, I told myself I was going to be a military scientist. In fact, during the HIV and AIDS peer training program back in my high school, in my middle school then, they asked everybody to pick nicknames and I picked scientist and everybody knew me as by that for a very long time. Okay, so fast forward to early 2007. I happened to be walking past the teacher's lodge in my school and I bumped into my fine art teacher making an oil on canvas painting of the portrait. And it was really the most amazing thing. I would say was the greatest experience of middle school for me because it was the first time I saw somebody making a picture of another person and I was seeing the person from the photograph there. And prior to this, I never really had so much of an experience, I would say, with art. And well, to actually tell you the truth, I just hated art. If I have to be honest, I really hated art because I was average essentially in art.
Okay.
I would make a drawing and it's just there, and someone else is scoring higher than me. I mean, even girls in my school, Yeah, that's and after I saw my teacher make this painting, I kept going back until he was done with that portrait and started another one. It was when I saw him make the second portrait, which coincidentally turned out to be another teacher in my school. That was sort of the culmination point for me. I stood there, I told my friend actually, whose name is Paulinus, I told Paulinus that I will be an artist. That was it for me. I just told him I don't know how it's going to happen, but because of this, I am going to be an artist.
So, what would you say is your philosophy behind your artwork?
Um, okay, my works essentially are fine-tuned to question the nature of being, which is one of the most controversial topics in speculative philosophy. You know, the various projects I embark on, they are born out of the need to answer to existential angst, to questions I raise out of in topics like metaphysics, dreams, and the likes. That's essentially the philosophy
Okay.
behind my art. And also, I think this was actually a topic I wanted to. This was the original topic I was supposed to embark on for my seminar, undergraduate seminar in school. Yeah, it was to understand our overall connection to the universe, because I view man as an essential component of the universe. We are not just here, living on the planet. I feel there is, so there is a conduit that connects the universe and us, and I feel that's the question that my art seeks to answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what would you really say sparks the creativity in you from that?
Um, I would say it's the need to be more. It's the need to be more, the need to know more. Epistemology, essentially.
Um,
I don't know. I core inside of me, I might be great as a visual artist, but at the end of the day, I believe that the reason why the old masters were actually so successful is, because their art was born out of philosophy, not just because of what critics are saying today. If you look at works like the Vitruvian Man of Da Vinci, you would understand that that is an artist out there to show the true nature of man, and that is what sparks the inspiration inside. That is what sparks creativity in me, essentially. The need to know more, the need to be more.
okay.
Yeah.
Alright, that's wow. They need to be more, they need to do more. Throughout your journey in the arts world, what would you say has been your biggest influence, or who has been your biggest influence in the industry?
Um, that's funny because coincidentally, this is the 10th year since I encountered the person that revolutionized my art in the most intriguing way, and I'm referring to Akan David. Um, May 2010, I got admission to study visual arts in the university, and a couple days later, the final year students were about to start their final year exhibition, and I happened to walk in because it was actually open to the public. I walked in and I saw paintings that I have never seen. I saw somebody deal with allegories in 2D art in a way that it was amazing. It was so great. And I remember walking up to him after I found out he was actually the painter. And I asked him, what inspires you to be like this? He didn't exactly give me a straightforward answer. But over time, getting to meet Akan David, who is actually currently a contemporary Nigerian master, he's a contemporary Nigerian artist, owns a studio in Lagos, Nigeria. And I got to meet him, and he got to help me understand that the mind is the only limitation when it comes to visual art. But the mind, as much as it is the conduit to the creative verse, to your creative self, by the time you've gotten an understanding of your identity, that all you need to do is keep tapping the mind and your creative well will deepen, it will open, and you would um you would just be open to an endless possibility. So I would say yes, Akan David is the biggest influence I have had as an artist.
Well, that would be a big kudos to Akan David for
Very much.
inspiring you. So, how would you say you stay current with contemporary trends and movements?
Um, I wouldn't like to classify myself as a trendy artist
Um,
as much as I am a contemporary artist, which is the era of art we are in. I wouldn't like to call myself a trendy artist because the moment you tag yourself a trendy artist, it means you're painting according to trends. Your allegories are no longer original to you. It means you're trying to tell your story in a way somebody else is telling theirs. And then at the end of the day, if you're not careful, you get so lost in that line that your story becomes their story or their story becomes your story. So I would say that I am a contemporary artist who tells my own story in a way I deem fit. Yes.
okay, so Mr. Elisha is not a trendy artist. What themes and messages do you try to pass to send across your audience while making your artworks?
Okay, I'm gonna quote myself here, sort of my artist statement. Demystifying the mysteries of existentialism is the core of my art practice. The unique themes of my visual allegories are sort of a clarion call to understand a world beyond the three-dimensional plane. It is just a very long letter I have barely begun.
What would you say has been the highlights of your career? What challenges have you faced as
Um,
an artist, and how well have you been able to overcome these challenges?
um, the highlight of my career, I can't place my hands exactly on it, but I mean, it feels good to exhibit. Those feel great, but I feel the greatest thing I have done as an artist is publishing a paper on self identity through connection with the psyche. It was a paper I published 6 years ago that was titled "Surrealism and the Psyche: Unlocking the Creative Self." That is a high point of my career, and I would, as for challenges, I think sometimes it is so easy to get lost in telling your story in a very particular style, in a very particular way. And then sometimes it is actually the opposite. You know what to say, well, that is visually, but you're so lost in what style would best bring this out. Yeah. So that's the constant battle I am with, dealing with having to include variety in my art, at the same time having to stay original with style I will be known for.
I,
Yeah.
I think I will definitely be looking for that paper after this.
All
Okay.
right.
How would you how do you balance your creative fulfillment with your commercial success?
When I said I am not a trendy artist, what I was essentially trying to put is I do not see myself as a commercial artist. Yes, as much as one is supposed to understand the commerce of their career, and personally, I started learning about commerce of art maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years ago. Yes, I was so lost in creating. I didn't see the need to, how do I monetize this? Yeah, the fulfillment I get is in creating. Yeah, the commerce part of the art that comes with collection and exhibition. I feel those are the added ones to being a great visual artist. I would tell you that to date, I don't think I have still understood fully how to leverage, how to interrogate my art and create some sort of art mix between my art and commerce very well to create a perfect balance. But that perfect balance doesn't exist yet.
Okay. Well, I will still commend you because you've been doing your sequels, your exhibitions, and other things. So, great job there.
Thank you.
Alright, what are you working on? Speaking of future plans, what are you working on currently, and what's your next stage or what's your next step in the artistic journey?
I think I think so far I have leveraged everything I learned as an undergraduate, and the next step would be to actually get to learn more. And I think it would be great to start with a residency. Start with a residency. Start with fellowship programs with art institutes. I mean, a great place to start would probably be maybe the Milan Art Institute or the New York Art Institute. Those are things I am looking at putting myself into, just so I expose myself more to the crafts, to the trade. That's it for future plans for me. And I have a number of projects ongoing though, as it regards the studio practice. And I feel those will all be revealed in my future shows and exhibitions.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, it's really, really nice because with how far you've come, you're still willing to like develop yourself more, willing to learn more, to improve yourself. It's really, really inspirational. I
Thank
think
you.
people should also develop that part of themselves. Okay, you spoke about learning more. Are there any new mediums or techniques you're interested in?
Um, Techniques and media, the way we would say it if it was plural.
Mhm.
Um, I've very much been a traditional oil and canvas painter. As much as I work on draftsmanship as well, which is essentially drawing. Um, yes, I would love to go back to the times when I used to create art with pastels and watercolors. Those would actually be great. Yes. So to answer your question, yeah, I think I am nearing that place where I would love to explore with more media and techniques. Yes, I would love to learn about new techniques or apply more techniques to my current medium, which is oil and canvas, and even to the media I plan on going back to that I used to work with.
Okay. With everything you've said, how would you see your art? How would you see your art evolving in, let's say, the nearest future? 2 years, 5 years from
Time, time. The future is unpredictable, but I have hopes. I have aspirations, and one of them is hoping to be able to tell my story to a larger audience, to educate the public on my visual allegories. That's the part in which I see my art going. And maybe just to put this out there, the truth is I would like to end my career as an artist, as an art historian.
now? Art history.
Yes, that's part of it. The evolution is gonna, excuse me, the evolution is gonna involve that more, because I want to be able to teach people. I have experience studio. I've practiced art for more than half a decade now, and if I complete a decade, I think it's time to start looking forward to impact the skills. Yes, so that's the evolutionary part I see my art story, by the
Okay.
grace of God, of course.
Okay. With the way you're going, you definitely, most definitely get there. Away from your career and everything about your artistic journey, I would love to ask about your opinion for Igbo Arts Festival.
The Ibom Art Festival, I see it as well, I hope for it to be a revolution that has come to stay, because we have had things of similar bearing come and not stay. But I am hoping that with the platform that the Boom Art Fair presents to boarding artists and galleries, I hope that it has that culture of collectiveness and continuity, because that is a problem Aquarium faces as regards the arts. It's the culture of continuity. We do not have it. Great and amazing projects have touched Aquarium. I have been a witness to a few of them. The problem is it goes forward, and as it moves, the light sort of douses down. But I hope that changes with the Boom Arts Festival. I really hope it changes, because it is the first of its kind, and I am indeed looking forward to it.
Okay. Any last words for your fans out there?
Fans out there, I think I would talk to the budding visual artists out there, and I would tell them that there's no guideline to being a successful artist, but there are guidelines to being successful in life. And one of them is a quote I love to take from Amir Khan, the Bollywood actor, where he said in Three Idiots that follow excellence and success will come running after you pants down. And that is the secret recipe. That is the secret recipe. By the time you are able to inculcate excellence and consistency together, it automatically makes you proof to every vagary that comes your way as regards career. So I bid on you to stop thinking commercial and start thinking creative. Be consistent with a constant touch of excellence. That's my message.
I like to say Ibom Art Festival is here and it's here to stay. Our fire is gonna keep burning. And fans out there, you heard him. He said you should continue with creativity, putting yourself more out there and less of the commercial to build yourself more. It was really an amazing time here with you. I'm pleased to have you here.
I really thank Ibom Arts Festival and their coordinators and project managers for, you know, deeming me worthy for such an honor, because I really consider it an honor.
Thank
So
you.
thank you.
Thank you guys.